Let's start off with Miami at Baltimore. And really the topic here is Tua and Lamar have huge days. Both of them, right? And I know Tua got the 6 touchdown day, and he's been under scrutiny, so everybody's really on this. All eyes are on Tua, right? Is he good? Is he a franchise guy? Is he bad? And he gets the win, so credit to him. He played an amazing game, brought the team back. They scored 28 points in the fourth quarter. But really, let's start with Lamar Jackson and having a phenomenal day as well.
Yeah. I mean, he took control in this game early on. You know, would they have a 28-point lead at the half? 28? Is that what
I think it was 35-14 at one point.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so a huge lead, and that was mainly due to Lamar and his play and what he can do, and we know what he brings to the table. So he certainly did his part. But obviously, Miami being able to come back, that tells you that Baltimore's defense really did not do well in that second half, especially. Injuries or not, you can't give up that big of a lead. Like, that is just too much. But it doesn't take anything away. Well, it takes the spotlight away, unfortunately, from Lamar and puts it on Tua, who also had an amazing day statistically, and with some of the throws he made to his receivers to
for a while in this game, it was Jalen Waddle, and then it was Rashard Bateman. Then it was Jalen Waddle, and then Rashard Bateman. Right, they went back and forth, and that's really, early on in the game, that was kind of the storyline, right? These two receivers are having big days.
Yeah.
But then with Tua's 2 interceptions, that was really the difference in the score. They were kind of back and forth, but, Lamar didn't make any mistakes, and Tua had the 2 interceptions early, which give them the big lead, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lamar ends up with 318 yards passing. That's a pretty big day for him, passing with 3 touchdown passes. And he had 119 yards rushing on top of that. So with a rushing touchdown, I mean, 4 touchdowns, 100+ yards rushing, 300+ yards passing. If you look at just that, you're thinking, okay, this is one of the best performances by any quarterback, and they won the game. No doubt.
Right.
But they didn't, because that defense blew such a big lead. And you look at the other quarterback's stat line, 469 yards passing, 6 touchdowns. He did throw 2 interceptions. And, he doesn't have the rushing yards that Lamar had too, but still, you look at his receivers' days, and that explains how that happens. But, yeah, Lamar had the better game, in my mind.
Yeah, he looked mature.
Total all-around game, yeah.
One of the notes I wrote down is Lamar's under control. It's kind of a different Lamar. He looks poised in the pocket. He's running in the right situations, obviously, is what it looked like in this game. He's making the right reads and making good throws, right? And this all comes from his contract, right? He turned down a 5-year extension worth $250 million, $133 million guaranteed. That would have had him run through 2027.
Yeah, I mean, he bet on himself by not taking that deal. Right. And right now, that's looking like a damn good bet to make, because
betting on yourself is really the reason it's a bet is because you're risking it, right?
A lot of money. Yeah, you're risking
hurt,
a lot of security. Yeah, that's right. So
I wouldn't do that. I understand why he's doing it. When tons of these quarterbacks are being paid insane amount of money. Now let's look at it here. We got highest paid quarterbacks right now is Aaron Rodgers, and that's on salary, $50.3 million. Russell Wilson next at $49 million per year.
It's nuts.
I mean,
it's crazy. I mean, you look at Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and they're like 8 and 9 on the list now, or something crazy. 6, maybe
5 and
7
6.
and 8, 5 and 6. Yeah, they're nuts.
After Deshaun Watson at $46 million, Deshaun Watson's 4th after Kyler Murray.
Crazy.
$46 million. And if I'm Lamar, I'm looking at that going, well, I'm better than that guy. That guy hasn't played in a year. Kyler Murray, I'm better than that guy. I won an MVP. Russell Wilson, I'm better. The guy's
currently
got
better than that guy. Yeah,
but he's in the. I'm in the prime of my career, so I understand why he's betting on himself. But reports also say that the disconnect is on guaranteed money. They're giving him $133 million guaranteed. That would be 7th on the list of most guaranteed money.
Ooh, yeah. So I think he has a good gripe here and not taking that offer. So he's only cashing it in day by day, and they're not continuing talks during the season, as far as I know. So it's not going to happen until the offseason again. And that means if he stays healthy and continues this level of play, this MVP type play, without a doubt, that's only going to mean that Baltimore is paying more and more and more to retain.
And really, the side story on this topic is that Deshaun Watson really gets a ridiculous amount of money at $230 million guaranteed, and almost, you can almost say how irresponsible that was from Brown's leadership, because now it's causing lots of problems with other teams, right? Kyler Murray gets his; he got $189.5 million guaranteed. The next closest is 165, and they offered Lamar 133. So you can see that's $100 million difference in guaranteed money. And the guy's an MVP.
Yep.
And he's in the prime of his career, and he's certainly a franchise type quarterback on and off the field.
Yeah, I think that, again, the leverage is still all his at this point. The team is going to have to pay him what he wants. And we've seen situations with these other quarterbacks. I brought up Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, but they got their deals done because the team said, okay, we'll give you the biggest contract or the most guaranteed money right now. And then others broke that. And by waiting, the Ravens have backed themselves in a corner where the precedent is now, when you have a quarterback who's that damn good and is that much of a franchise player, you have to pay him the most.
It's a blank check.
I mean, you're going to go above Aaron Rodgers at $50 million guaranteed. That's nuts. So, I mean, but he could ask for that, and that is now the standard. So it's got to land somewhere. And I don't think Lamar is going anywhere. I don't think he's going to end up leaving Baltimore. They're not going to let him go. So they've got to work this out for sure.
Well, Jason La Canforia, am I saying that right? La Canforia.
I think so.
Jason La Canforia on Fox Sports Radio. I think Lamar Jackson is going to get traded before the draft next year.
Wow.
This guy, he's we've heard his name a lot around the NFL. Yeah. He's an inside guy, lots of information. Really, I think he's a hitman, if you will, right? The team says, hey, we need leverage in our contract negotiations. Can you put out a report? But really, from Jason's perspective, it's, I'm an inside guy that I just put out what they tell me, even though I'm being used.
Sure.
Yeah, so a lot to
and trade him.
there.
That would still be a huge mistake for Baltimore.
Oh, my God. And that's what I put
Who's
on
the Hoof
Twitter.
Yeah.
That would be an arrogant mistake at this point, because these guys get blank checks.
Yeah, and this is what you're looking for. You don't come across a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen, and let them play for you for 4 years and walk away. Yeah. Lamar Jackson is that guy. You keep him for his career until he's old and decrepit, and then you're like, okay, you get one more shot, and that's it, right? But these type of franchise players are what you look at. This is what you search for when you're in the draft looking for a quarterback. I can't imagine that they would trade him, no matter what the cost is.
We'll save that conversation for another day. Is why did the Browns pass on Lamar in the first place? Why did the Jets pass on Lamar Jackson? Why did the Cardinals pass on Lamar Jackson? I mean, that's we'll talk about that another day. But
the Bills got Josh Allen. They passed on Lamar too, and Lamar certainly got off to a better start.
And at the time, you knew Lamar was good. No one knew Josh Allen was that good.
Nope. Yeah.
And really, Lamar, he's everything is advertised. And after a game like that, it's fun to watch because there is a lot of pressure on him, right? And he's kind of sticking it to the man.